Hello and welcome to the DFS_PhD show for today, the 8th of February, the trade deadline. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us in The Sims. I'm not going to show you screenshots from The Sims here on the real NBA show, but that's where I'm winning money today. Yesterday was a bad one. As you know, the Atlanta game did not blow out. So my Bruno Fernando play was not good. We have a lot of trade deadline stuff today. Functionally, for this slate, it breaks down into a couple things. Number one, Keontae George is a little bit better because they traded Fettuccine Alfredo. That's the way I'm interpreting that. You can give those minutes to whoever you want, but usage-wise, what they should do with the minutes-wise, you should see more Keontae George. He's fun to watch. But all the value is Brooklyn right now. They've got like how many active players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if you count Harry Giles. Harry Giles is only going to play in the case of an emergency, probably. We're now, several people on the bench who have been fringe are now getting rotation minutes today. We're expecting that out of Watford, Wilson, and Clowney. And I'm also not expecting Brooklyn to keep it close. So even though I've adjusted Claxton up because he gets the minutes, I just don't think they keep it close. I limited that case. Dinwiddie's gone. So with Dinwiddie gone, we're going to back up the truck to Dennis Smith Jr. He should get those minutes, and he produces in minutes. So it's not like we have to look at this. We're getting 11 points, 4 rebounds. We're getting across the board production expected. Six assists, 2 steals, a block. Like that's Dennis Smith Jr. That's why we're playing him tonight. Same thing with Jalen Wilson. Jalen Wilson is not that good at really basketball, but he's really good at getting rebounds, blocks, and things that give you fantasy points. Same thing with Trendon Watford. So we've got, and Clowney's not bad either. I mean, all of these guys, you don't need other value. I mean, and we have other value. Let's go and look at the other value. Number one, New York. If Brunson does play, is still good. If Brunson doesn't play, let's have a look. I haven't even really figured out like what I want to do with that. That's just such a scenario that's like bonkers for today. Let's look at New York. Off court, Brunson. What happens? I mean, probably should do Brunson and Randall, just because otherwise most of the sample will be dominated by Randall games. And quickly and Barrett and whatever. But for now, let's do these guys. It's a Hartenstein team. All right. Well, no surprise there. But yeah, besides Hartenstein, besides like, I don't know who you could go to really. They're going to probably lose. So that's what I'm getting at here. I don't know what you do with this team if Brunson's out. Nobody can really be correctly projected because this team's not really played together like this. I don't think you can jam Dante DiVincenzo any further than he's already being jammed. He's a fine value, but like he has to hit his shot still. I got to cap him at 15%. Hartenstein is good. He's a good play, but like how often do I think he hits that ceiling case? I don't know. I mean, 15% is what I have it set at now. I might go up a little bit. Precious is good enough, but like still they're gonna pull him in a blowout. They do have other guys, Jacob Toppin, Sims, other guys that can handle it. Hart and McBride, I think, are pretty solid values either way, although I think Hart is more of a like 30% thing. Probably about the same as Precious. I just don't think more than a 30% chance this game stays competitive for the whole game. Okay, so now let's look at, whoopsie. Let's look at our overall exposures across all games. Yep, Dennis Smith Jr., Jalen Wilson, Giannis. That's a good core. You got Miles McBride, Giannis and Luka. Toss a coin. Who cares? So I guess the core is Dennis Smith Jr., Jalen Wilson, and Miles McBride. With Giannis and Luka being like on the more level, you just have to pick one of them. Chalk Jaren Jackson. If he plays, fine, play some Jaren Jackson, but don't play more than like 15%. He's just not. Maybe I'll match the field. I don't know. I just don't. He gets in foul trouble so much, and he's pretty expensive. And you've got other guys who just don't get in foul trouble that much. Vooch is good. You could do a 2 out of 3 stars thing with Chicago if you want when all the guys get back. But for now, I think this is about the way we play the slate. We play the slate by jamming Brooklyn guys, by maybe a smattering of New York guys, and then the stars. You don't need anything else, and you can get a pretty high score. All right, guys. Quick one today. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us at the trade deadline.